The revolution will not be televised.
The revolution will be streamed live. Are we going live?
Let me try to pretend like I didn't just see that.
Yeah, sorry.
No. It was. I asked to see it. It's fine. It's just.
It's fucking brutal. Right?
Man, I have a hard time. Like, at what point? At what point do you, as a human being, just say, "Okay, enough is enough with this guy"? What has to fucking happen? What the fuck else has to happen for you to know that this dude is the reason why this shit is happening? This is bananas to me. But you want motherfuckers like us to not talk about it.
Right.
You don't want us to be at comedy shows. Oh, no, I'm talking about him at comedy shows, please.
Yeah.
He's getting motherfuckers murdered.
Right.
Fuck you, motherfuckers. Fuck every last one of you.
Yeah, you mean like don't talk about him like Voldemort? Because he's that fucking bad?
Hey, man. Okay. All right. So we'll start. I don't know what we're gonna start with, but god damn it. God damn these motherfuckers, bro. And they want to sit there and swear and they say, oh, he was bullied. Well, why the fuck didn't he go shoot up the bullies? Huh? Why didn't he go shoot the people who made fun of him? The fuck out of here.
Yeah, or go get fucking counseling like a human being.
Yeah. Go.
We're starting?
Yeah. We live here. Yo, what's up? How you doing? Put on a happy face.
What's going on, buddy?
Another episode of Critical and Thinking podcast with Ty Barnett,
Ian Harris, and we are here. We are here live.
We're live. We're live. All the way live. All right. I don't know. We don't own the rights to that music, you guys. So we got a lot to talk about. I put out a message to people on Facebook to see if you guys had any suggestions for us to talk about. Let's see if anybody wrote anything just in case before we start. No, not yet. So, but that's okay because we already got shit to talk about. What up, little Rob? How you doing? Also, just so you guys know that are watching us out there, we are also Facebook live streaming this, so occasionally you will see our attention divert to the Facebook screen here that you guys can't see, but we'll say who's watching. Like right now, Lil Rob is watching right now. Hey man, I'm not ready to battle you, Lil Rob. Lil Rob, he's a comedian as well, right. But he also break dances, and he be trying to challenge your brother. Hey, my back is hurting today from trying to work out, bro. I seen your moves. I'm not even trying to fuck with you. So, all right, here we go.
Ty's moves got left on Beach Street.
Oh my god! Oh hey, you know who?
Not even breaking two. That was before.
Oh, it was so. But you know what, man? Two things. One, I'm friends with Lee on Facebook. Right. He's I saw his and this is how much of a geek I am about old school stuff. When I saw that he was on Facebook, I was like, bro, I'm a fan, and I ain't wanting to seem crazy, so I had to let him know I'm in the business as well. I'm not a crazy dude. Right. But once he accepted my friend request, I'm like, yo, I'm friends with Lee from Beach Street. Are you fucking this is a shout out to my brother, Monsoon, by the way, because me and him used to debate which was a better breakdancing movie. Was it Breaking?
Oh, come on. Come on.
Ian, I know this now.
Come on. Beach Street.
Now I know that, yes. But at the time, I was a strong supporter of Breaking, even though I wouldn't. To be honest, though, that broom scene.
I'm done.
That broom scene with Turbo is still one of the best breakdancing scenes in breakdancing history. So just so you know.
I will say the one cool thing about Breaking is the fact that fucking Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, that's right. A lot of people go back and watch it. He's dancing. And, oh my god,
he does this with this. In the background with his little unitard.
That's right.
Little nipple. He looked like one of the, like, it was like the jazzercise.
Oh my god, that's
where
right.
The girls
was it Jane Fonda used to do the,
but they were like too low.
That's right. Oh my god, I know Van Damme wants every copy of Breaking burned to a crisp.
That's hilarious.
But when you go back and watch it, like, oh, is that you had that's fucking Van Damme. All right. Venice Beach, they filmed that at Venice Beach. But you're right. Breaking is a way much better breakdancing movie. I'm sorry, Beach Street. I can see that, and my brother will now. I had to give him props for that. So, oh wait, Long Beach. Nah, man, look at it. He's trying to get me to practice breakdancing. I am too old to be fucking breakdancing, bro. I'm not doing that shit. Welcome to everybody that is here with us. We're gonna wave to you, waving back. Boom. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's get into it. What are we gonna start with? You want to start with the school scandal, Ian?
Shit. Yeah. Well, let's talk about that. Newsflash.
Let's tell everybody that may not know.
Well, newsflash, really quick. Rich people get into college easier.
Yeah.
With money.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I don't know. I might have to check the stats on that.
Yeah, it's a new thing. It turns out that rich people have been buying their way into college.
What do you say?
No one knew about it.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's weird because it's almost like that's how we got a president.
Pretty much.
I mean, his dad bought his way into college. And George W. Bush's dad bought his way into college.
It's not like it's new. Here's what I will say about it. Just for the people that don't know, a couple of people got caught up in this. They apparently paid for their kids to get into school along with tuition, I'm sure, but paid for their kids to get in school.
Which is already a way to keep privileged people. I mean, when your tuition is $50,000 a semester or a year,
you're already ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
But this is why I get, when I saw this, I was like, well, I'm not surprised by that shit. I'm surprised that some of these people are the same people that tell people that don't have that kind of money to pull themselves up by the bootstraps.
Right.
That's more so the thing that trips me out.
What's Lori Loughlin's husband is some sort of Trump supporting douchebag.
Yeah, it always, what up, Michael? How you doing, bro? It always seems like it's the people that talk shit about the people doing shit that are actually doing the shit that they're saying that other people
I know Felicity Huffman, that's she's an actress, she's William H. Macy's wife. Theirs is much smaller. Theirs is much smaller. Yes, it's very shameless. Theirs is a little bit smaller. She paid allegedly paid $15,000 to have somebody else take her daughter's SATs.
Damn.
And
I can't even bribe people with a goddamn
honestly,
sandwich.
Listen, $15,000. That's not even a half a semester of a private high school in LA.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's not the big. And I actually, I'm not excusing it. It sucks. But I actually met. My daughter was trying to go to a high school. Now that I think about it, But my daughter was trying to go to a high school, and their kids. I think the kid that's in question is a senior there.
Right.
And we met her, and we met William Macy. He was there at a play. It's an arts college, and my daughter was auditioned there to go to that school, and he was very nice. Not that doesn't.
It wasn't an asshole. I don't think.
No, he's a really cool guy. He helped get my daughter. Auditioning, now it makes sense when he goes, "Hey, buy your way in." No, that's not no, but he was really cool. Gave her audition tips, and his daughter was super nice, and she was a really talented actress. She was great. But I guess that's one. The big one is the sports. What they're doing, which is
they said somebody played a sport that didn't even actually play the sport.
So like out of the 50 people. 20 something or
I think they actually
13?
made up a sport. It's like he's a space jockey.
Yeah, exactly.
Space? Where?
Yeah. He's
on another planet.
Curl cruise. What's that? But yeah, they do one like crew because no one's on fucking crew. They're like, is she a good crew? I don't know.
Yeah,
she wears crew socks. Is that?
She played in the NBA.
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, exactly.
How does she play?
But what they do is they actually there's like 13, 20. I don't know how many. There's coaches involved. So what they were doing is,
oh wow.
I mean, paying somebody else to take your SATs, okay, that's pretty shitty, but whatever, okay? Paying a school coach to reserve a spot for your kid so that they can get in. Now, I don't think it was scholarships because they're paying for their school, but if you want to get into like USC, you got to be like a 4.6 grade point average, and you have to have so in order to get in, they can't get in academically, they find a way to get into the sport, even if it's not a scholarship. They want to get on the team.
They said they played lacrosse or something. They played something.
Crew.
Was
it was
crew?
Yeah. And she didn't even do crew, but paid the coach like $500,000 to recruit her.
They couldn't even spell crew. To be honest.
Exactly. Yeah. So they had to recruit. So they paid to recruit, and then they get in the list like, oh, I want this kid on the crew team, and then that's how they get in. They go, how are their grades? Oh, they're okay, but we want them on the crew team. So. Yeah, so which is really fucked up because a lot of underprivileged kids get in on sports scholarships.
Yeah,
and that's how they get a really
because they actually the ones that actually earn it are the ones that
right.
And so
they're not getting their education because you're taking it away for somebody who doesn't even fucking play the sport.
Doesn't even play, and they don't even. And did you see that? What's the lady's name?
Lori Loughlin.
Her daughter's like, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm just going to be here for the parties. Adding insult to injury. You understand? There's a kid who actually did study for the SATs, and who actually did do crew.
Yes,
and was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?
Do you play crew? I don't know. Do you?
I got a J. Crew sweater. That's
exactly.
That's all I got.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty fucked up that I'm sure they're not thinking about it that way. I know what it's like.
It is crazy.
I know what it's like when you're, in LA trying to get your kid into a fucking high school,
right,
or get your kid into a middle school that doesn't suck if you're in a shitty neighborhood. It's hard. You got to do all this. I mean, I'm dealing with it right now. I got an 8th grader who's going into high school, and I got to find the right school for her. And then my kid is
mad talented,
top, very good, very talented actress, and she's top of her class. She's in the highest program, the SAS program, at a really good school, and she's the number 2-3 kid in her school grade wise. She's got straight A's since kindergarten, and I'm having schools like, well, sign up on the magnet thing, and if you get in, you get in.
I just want to be honest with you. In kindergarten, I was also a straight A student. Just so you know, I'm just putting it out there. Yes. I was very good at shapes and coloring.
Yes.
So. But no, I get what you're saying. You're right. It should. The fact that these people have literally jumped over these people by paying their way into this, it helped. First of all, again, don't be surprised, because this is how it works. This is what having money affords you. The problem is when you are punishing people who do something in a same vein. Like, there's a woman, I got to pull up her name, but there's a black lady who got in trouble, a couple of them, because and I know this because I've had it happen in my neighborhood.
Right.
My mom sent me and my brother to another neighborhood. We lived on the south side, like the south side of Chicago. And our mom sent us to a better neighborhood because she wanted us to go to a better school. We hated it, to be honest with you. We was always the first on the bus, last off. We hated it, bro. And we begged our mom to send us to the school right up the street. It was walking distance.
Right.
But the fact that she didn't actually was a blessing in disguise. So shout out to my mom for doing that. But she sent us to a better area to give us a better chance. So when I see these people that are getting hard, because this lady's getting prison time. The black lady who put a different address down.
Right.
I know people who've done this. I know it.
Right.
They're coming down on her while these rich people were able to do this on a massive scale.
Right.
And that's where I think the problem is for a lot of people. Because at the end of the day, if you go to somebody and say, hey, man, did you just want a better life for your kid? That's what it comes down to.
Right.
You really did just want a better life for your kid. But when the justice system steps in and says, well, we're going to look the other way on this one, but you're going to jail because you committed a crime.
Right.
It really just is another kick in the face to people who don't have money.
Right. And now I will say, for people who do have money, I think the one way that it's fucked up, but I also don't think it's that big of a deal. I do think it's okay on some level. If you're some super rich mega millionaire billionaire and you want to buy something at the school, you're gonna give a new science wing at the school,
right?
And it's gonna be Ty Barnett Science Wing at USC. Your kids should get to go to fucking USC because you are actually helping.
I'm helping other kids learn.
Right, you are. You're building. You're helping the school out. You're building, and I get that. And also, if I'm going to spend millions of dollars on building a fucking science,
do they have
wing,
a comedy wing?
Yes,
I'm going to donate a comedy wing.
Exactly, comedy wing. That's what every school needs.
I'm donating the comedy wing to USC and UCLA. But no, I get it. You're right. If you do that, I understand that.
It still sucks because you're like, oh, rich kid gets in. But hey, at least I understand it. You're doing something to further everyone's education,
and not just your kid.
And you want your kid looked at. Okay, but if you're bribing the fucking coaches,
yeah,
I mean, you're literally taking away a spot from another kid.
But think about how deep that is, though, because the parent wanting to do that is one thing, but to get everyone else in on it to say, "Yep, I'm totally cool with this. I'm totally cool with taking this opportunity from another kid and giving it to your kid strictly because you're paying me to." That's a whole nother level of something. Because again, you can at some point rationalize why the parent does it.
Right.
Because you want to do it specifically for your kid. But if you're at the school...
Because money.
You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother thing.
Here's the thing. I would be willing to bet that the majority of people, well, at least I would say probably half the people that I would talk to on a daily basis, just random people, would say, come on, bro. Somebody offered you $500,000? You wouldn't take that money? And I'm like, I wouldn't. But most people would. Most people go, $500,000.
I'm not going to lie. I'm thinking about it.
Right, exactly. I might go get a job as a coach just to get that $500,000. But I mean, and
when did we start teaching MMA here?
Yeah, exactly. and maybe if you're super broke and your kids don't have, and you're like, this is going to make my family's life better. And you go, shit, what does it hurt? One kid over here that's not related to me. But it's like, you've taken an oath to represent a school and to help and to get kids education. At that point, you have to
teach
more.
kids and to teach kids that hard work is what gets you there. Because a lot of kids feel like, oh man, if I just study hard, if I work hard on my scholastics and my athletics, then I'll get there. But to have someone show you that, nah, if you just give me enough money, we can kind of bypass all that shit.
Right.
I think that's a harder pill to swallow for some of these parents and kids, because you're like, well, shit, then I think it just falls on my parents for not having enough fucking money.
Right.
And it's not your parents' fault. It's not your parents' fault. It's really about, speaking of which, this is my kid. Keep going.
and I wonder what the comedy tuition would be at the wing. Hey, we're going to take a little break while Ty's just going to make answer.
Because I love my child. Because I love my child. Yes, I'm answering the phone because I love my child.
He's like, hey, don't tell him about the bribe money to Tacoma Community College. I gave that guy a pizza, and I gave him a bag of weed.
Hilarious.
And I got you into Tacoma Junior College. Don't you forget that shit.
The pizza.
Well, pizza's for after the weed.
It was, in defense, it was everything topping. But but I get it, and that's why I said. And you're right. At some point, someone's going to take the money. Right. But again, you can't diminish what it is that you're taking the money for.
Yeah, no,
which is to take opportunities away from people who actually do deserve these opportunities.
If you do start that comedy wing, it actually could be great, because then each person who goes there would have to bring 7.
Goddamn right, it's a bringer scholarship.
Right, exactly.
You got to
bring 7 underprivileged.
That's
kids.
right, and depending on when you go up, we'll see. And they got to stay for the entire semester. They can't leave after you're, you're done.
It's a door deal.
Hey, Judy, how you doing?
It's a door deal. Your tuition is based on how many people you bring in,
and you got to push the hot wings that we have that we're serving the thing. It's shitty, man, because on one end, because I know because you have to also put this in perspective of if that other parent that didn't have the money all of a sudden did have the money. Because let me tell you something. This is what people like. People like nice shit. No. This is a fact of America. I know, but we love nice shit. That's what we want. Right. We want nice stuff for ourselves. We want it for our friends and families, right? So there is a part that will always be able to rationalize why this happened. I think the thing is that you're unapologetic. Because I watched that kid's video.
Right.
And I'm like, fuck. Yeah. That would be more infuriating
that's the worst thing is that is
the kid didn't even appreciate
that's the definition of entitlement.
Yeah. Right, the kid was like, I don't even really want to be here. I'll end up being for the parties.
So you know what? Then go to San Diego State.
Yeah.
Go to Chico. They have great parties there. And
Arizona State.
Yeah. You'll get an all right.
They're popular for that.
Yeah. So it's don't take fucking USC,
especially from people from people who work hard at it. Just to come back to comedy for a second,
I will say really quick, on the crew team, they're probably not taking a lot of people of colors.
That's
positions.
True. That's true. I don't know any black crewers. I don't even know what crew is. I don't know any black crew. I don't even, to be honest with you, I'm gonna have to look this up.
I know Terry Crews.
That's it. That's pretty much. Yeah, that's the only crew I know. And I do honestly have a J Crew sweater at the house. Right. But to bring it to comedy for a second, so because we've both been in this business for a long time, and we know how it is when we call up clubs or whatever, we try to get into a venue, and then we find out for some reason
this shit happens all the time now. We just call them YouTubers.
Yeah, exactly right. So we come from the
we can bring 300 people, bro.
That's all you need.
There are 299 are going to walk out and never come back.
Scott Channel, what's up, bro? Because we come from the ilk of we have to work on the skill set. Right. We have to work on the jokes. We have to work on the material. We have to work on the callbacks. We have to do your own
SATs.
That's it.
SATs of comedy.
I can't phone in my set. Somebody has my. So we are used to this. That would be good
though. Have so much money, you can just be like, yeah,
hologram.
Dave Chappelle called me. I'm going to do his show tonight.
These are his jokes. Yeah. These are his jokes. Even though some people do them anyway, and they just say they're theirs. But I feel like since we do come from that mentality of, yo, we have to bring something viable and work hard at it. That's why it's hard for us specifically to wrap our brains around why you do it. Like you said, you wouldn't take the money.
Right.
I'm not going to go on record and say I wouldn't, but I'm leaning right now towards I wouldn't. Yay.
Right, exactly.
Fuck out of here. Give me that goddamn loot. But I do, and this is why I say we're now at a point to where you are not rewarding talent. And this is what I said for these kids that do study. They're at home. Right. They're in their books. They're trying to work these SATs out. They're working on being physically fit to get this scholarship the right way. You're fucking it up for them. And the parent is on one level, but the coaches and the people that also participate in this, you're on a whole nother level of debauchery because you know that you've now tainted what this is about. So it falls on you as well. And I really want to see how many people go down over this because this is not going to be. I don't think this is going to go away just that quick. No, I mean, and I mean, it's kind of amazing to me that they actually did this. I mean, this has obviously been going on forever. Oh, a long time. It's like what? So it's, but did you see? By the way, they always try to turn it political. Some Fox News people then posted always that, hey, look, I'm watching. I'm going to wave to myself. Some Fox News people posted that one of the tennis coaches that took money was a private tennis coach for Michelle Obama. Shut the fuck up. So therefore, somehow Michelle Obama is connected. Did nothing. It's so fucking. This is. I just can't. At some point, like I try to tune these because you always try to make a conspiracy theory about that. Fuck these guys. So listen. We're getting really good at the segues to our next topic. Speaking of which, because you brought up YouTubers, I want to talk about Just Hilarious. If anyone out there is familiar with this, I'm Just Hilarious. Yes, that's it. That's again. I'm told, like I said earlier, I'm changing my name to Ian Funny as Fuck. This is Thai comedy like a motherfucker right here. Oh my God. Follow us on thisistherealshit.com. Yeah. You are laughing right this minute now. She got in trouble, or she's in a little bit of trouble right now because she was on a plane apparently, and there were help me say this right. Sikhs. Right. Which some people for some reason get them confused with Muslims, which by the way, Sikhs are actually considered some of the most peaceful people on the planet. Literally. I'm not making this up. They're literally considered some of the most peaceful people on the planet. But their apparel sometimes they have it's all from the same basic type of stuff. But it makes people who don't know shit think dumb shit. And she was one of those people who was on a flight apparently, and it was a few of them on the plane, and then she made a big fuss about it. And then the flight was delayed or diverted or whatever, and they got kicked off the flight. Right. She went on to kind of basically say that she doesn't give a fuck if people were offended, that she was scared. She said she only said something because she was scared, because she thought they were Muslims, which, by the way, well, I'll let you say that, Bart, because you actually brought up a good point about that. But here's the thing. Do you not understand as a black person, a black woman in America, do you understand that some races is going to use that excuse against you? Well, it would have been funny if they were both clutching their purse. But do you understand how weird that is? They both rolled up their own window. Sorry. Locked their door. It's just crazy to me. You don't understand. People don't like you either. Right. So you judging people off appearances let's just say you want to think it in your head, because let's be totally honest. Ever since September 11th, everyone in their head has always been in their mind like, oh shit, because you've been programmed to think that way. But whether you act on it or whether you try to get a plane diverted or you make people feel uncomfortable because of your insecurity is another fucking problem. Well, and honestly, I don't think I've ever been on a flight that didn't have a Muslim or at least a Muslim looking person on it. Right. They're everywhere. So are white people, and white people do a lot more fucking damage. Way more. And I mean, there's, even though there was a person that said with all the theater shootings, someone was like, you know what? If I see a regular looking white dude walking there by himself, I'm walking out. Yeah, exactly. So. If there's an ex-cop walking into that theater, I'm getting the fuck out of here. That's like we were talking earlier. Like, well,
even if they were Muslim, which they weren't. So first off, they weren't. So you need to apologize regardless. But even if they were Muslim and you acted like a fucking asshole, you should apologize too.
Yes.
Because, I mean, that's honestly, it's the exact same thing as me saying, man, I'm going to be honest with you, Ty. I got on the plane and there was a black guy next to me and I freaked out. You know, turns out he wasn't black. It was actually me. He was very dark and Indian guy. Yeah. But still.
Yeah.
I thought he was black.
Yeah, exactly. This is why I said I don't understand a black woman getting this type of attitude. Like, do you understand that type of judgment in general, this type of judgment is part of the fucking problem of where we are today. And again, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you're wrong for having preconceived notions, because everyone does. I do this joke about it and I say there's a difference between being racist and prejudice. Everybody is prejudiced. Everybody. Every single person on this planet is prejudiced because there's been something that you've been shown or heard to make you think a certain way until you see differently. That's just what it is. But racist to me is when you're like, nope, your appearance alone is fucking with me. Your appearance alone is the problem.
And also when you act on it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
what up, Chris?
When you act on it or say something, if you know, you can not like black people, but you can't not hire somebody because he's black, or you can't discriminate. You can in your head be like, 9 times
out of 10, if you don't like black people, will lead you to not hiring
them. But that is a difference.
Yeah, I got
the difference is what you're doing with. So she can sit there and be like, you know, and she may get shit for it and go like, yeah, I was scared because they're Muslims. Okay, well, you're a fucking moron. But if you're not doing anything or saying, then just shut up and then when you get off the plane, go get an education. But sit there and shut up.
Yeah, how are you fucking up everybody else's day and their flight time, including those people that didn't do shit to you because of your fear? And this is, again, I come back to the same thing. You are a black woman in America. When the fuck did you think shit changed for the better for you? When the fuck?
When Muslims came around. Come on, you know this.
No. Let me explain. Let me be very clear about this. Let me explain something very clearly to you. In America, we're still the Michael Jordan of racial discrimination. I promise you that. There is no one in America that is still more discriminated against than black folks. We are the tippy top. No one's taking that title from us, not even Muslims. So the fact that you
What if you're a black trans Muslim?
Ooh. That's a tough one. That's a whole other category.
Well, but you still got the black though. So
it trumps. It always trumps. Bet on black.
Don't you love how anything that fucks something up is called Trump?
Yeah, see,
it trumps it. Yeah,
this is it's just bananas to me that you of all people would think that, and then to top it off to be unapologetic about it. Let me explain something to you. You being unapologetic about being racist is not going to work for you in America. It's not going to work.
Right.
No, it doesn't work for you.
But again, and it's also like that we're talking about, like the McCain. When it's so weird to me to then come out and say, okay, I apologize. I thought they were Muslims. They weren't Muslims. I apologize for these non-Muslim people for calling them Muslims. That's like when McCain said, when the lady said,
I'm not voting for Obama because he's a Muslim.
Because he's a Muslim. And he goes, no, ma'am, I know him. He's not a Muslim. He's a, whatever he said. He's a decent family man. Like,
I know.
Wait, so Muslims can't, so that is,
I know.
Imagine if we said that. He's a Christian. No, he's not a Christian. I know him. He doesn't murder or rape anybody. No. What? That's what, some sort of weird backhanded compliment.
I want to talk to your supervisor, please.
I was scared to death because I thought they were Muslims, okay?
Which is crazy to me.
And I apologize. It turns out they're actually decent people,
just regular
not Muslims.
People. Just regular. They're regular castrating, hanging people of minority Christians. Right. That's all. Yeah, stop it, you fucking racist. Anyway, did we have I think we got to segue on to the next topic. Let me see. I will tell you in 2 seconds if it goes into that.
Well, speaking of Muslims, we could go right into talking about we watched it here a minute ago. If you guys haven't seen it, don't. The New Zealand shooting, which is just fucking brutal. If you've seen, somebody sent it to me, and I watched the whole thing. The guy has a helmet cam. If you haven't seen it, there's 2 videos.
I watched it. So you guys, I watched it right before we started broadcasting today.
It's fucking gnarly. And it's thank
you, Judy.
It's now we're bringing it down about people getting shot, but it's first off, our disease is spreading to other countries now. So this is an Australian guy who went to New Zealand. He says he went to New Zealand because he wanted to show it could happen anywhere. But in reality, he went to New Zealand because they didn't have gun laws that Australia had. Australia gun laws make it almost impossible to get those guns. So he went to New Zealand, bought a bunch of guns, shot up a mosque, killed 41 people in one mosque.
It did nothing to him.
0, including a 3-year-old boy. Then got into his car, drove down the street, running over one of the people that he just shot, and then took a shotgun and shot up 7 more people on the street in front of another mosque, and then drove off and honking at people who were in his way at the fucking at the crosswalk. And the guy had a manifesto, as all fucking nuts do, and guess who he claimed as being his hero to start the white race war?
He called Trump. He said he is a symbol of white identity and something.
Yes.
Listen, let me say this to you guys.
So even if people, Trump didn't have anything to do with it, and then Trump tweeted later on that it kind of sucks that somebody shot somebody up and used his name. I think Trump went home and fucking whacked off to it, to be quite honest with you.
Let me say something to anybody out there. I seriously doubt that we have any Trump supporters that watch the show anymore. I think we cleared them out the first 5 episodes at least. Maybe we might have had a couple that trickled around. But if there are any out there that are listening to this, let me ask you something. At what point do you get your head out of the fucking sand? At what point? What has to happen for you to understand that at bare minimum, this dude is not a uniter? Bare minimum. You can say whatever you want to say, but he is not a person that brings people together. This dude started up with the Muslim ban and wanted to make sure that Muslims cannot come here. He used words like invaders. He used words like disease. He used words like plague. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and what do you call him? And like everyone's a rat. Everyone's vermin. This is Hitler.
Understand
this is
something.
Shit.
You have to start taking it. For you to keep acting like nothing is happening when shit is constantly happening. I don't get it. And let me tell you something, dude. This is not even anger at this point, bro.
Right.
I'm seriously confused. Like, what else has to fucking happen? The dude literally wrote the dude's name praising Trump, and then you got Trump supporters that are like, well, you can't really take it literal like that. Meanwhile, if Obama had a fucking picture with Farrakhan, they're like, look at his association with Farrakhan. Stop it.
Yeah, and that picture was like they were at the same thing and someone snapped a picture. It wasn't like he was hanging out with fucking Farrakhan. They were at the same event.
Which, by the way, these are the same people that when you show them pictures of Trump with the madam that got caught up in the Robert Kraft thing, they'll be like, he just happened to be at the same thing. Use that same logic when it comes to this type of shit.
Logic,
but I watched
doesn't apply to them ever.
I watched this video, and let me tell you something. Like, I watched it right before the show, and I really probably shouldn't have done it. But I'm an actor, so I was pretty good at faking that my heart is not hurting right now. But I'm watching this, and let me tell you something, man. You have to be a horrible person, not only to kill somebody, okay, in anything other than self-defense. But to walk into a place where no one is fucking with you, no one is doing anything to hurt you. You flew to a destination. You rented a fucking car to go and buy these weapons to hurt people that didn't do a fucking thing to you. Do you understand how fucked up of a person you have to be? Now, that's one thing. Now, look at the other side.
Yeah, but they would just say, well, he's crazy. Here's their catch-all. It's not guns. It's not Trump. They're crazy. And I just go, well, it's funny. They're all fucking Trump, not conservatives.
Yeah.
I guess that's what crazy is then.
But
that's
even still, if that person's crazy, do you understand what kind of person you have to be to rationalize and still be okay with the fact that he's associating himself with the same person you're supporting?
Right.
Do you understand how fucked up
a crazy murderer is associating himself with you? Yes.
He's supported by the KKK. He's supported by white nationalists. He's supported by white supremacists.
Yeah, but
these are all facts.
Yeah, but they'll all say, well, the KKK was started by Democrats. Yeah, what, 150, 200, 150 years ago?
You got to be kidding me with this. So
parties haven't changed at all. Exactly the same.
Goofy asses. All I can say is this. What's up, Avi? How are you doing, man? This is Avi Lieberman. Avi, anyone wearing a Yankees hat should be. Look at Avi trying to bring it back to comedy. I appreciate that, bro. And fuck you. I'm just kidding. But Avi, you know what it's about, man. I just love the city. I always have to explain this to people. I am a big fan of the city of New York. I love the culture. I love just hanging out in the city, but I know nothing about the Yankees. Yankees. Nothing. So I'm gonna have to start wearing a shirt that says that. I know nothing about the Yankees. I just love the city. But thank you for chiming in, Avi.
We're gonna get
just look at him bragging on the Astros. This dude. I mean when they won the pennant, this guy was all over Facebook. I get it. They're champions.
You're just gonna get
I love
get rid of the Yankees thing and just go with the tourist. I love New York.
Nah, because then you really look like a tourist.
I know.
I hate when people walk around New York with those things on. It's like it reminds me of Coming to America. Remember when they said we have to blend in, and then they went from top to bottom all I love New York shit and everything.
But by the way, are the Mets? You got to be like a diehard New York. I don't know anything about New York sports.
No, he doesn't. Well, the Mets aren't great, but they're okay.
I know they suck, but are they? I know they suck, but
yeah, wouldn't
that be the more like fucking local team or something? Like if you're wearing a Mets hat, then it's like, yeah, that guy's from New York. Right?
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what it is. It's almost like, here you got
it's like me still being a Raiders fan.
Yeah, that's true. Or Lakers versus Clippers, even though it's kind of switched a little bit. Like people still love the Lakers. But the Clippers have a better record, and they've had a better record for a little bit now. But
back in the day, people were like, Clippers, is that a farm team?
That's hilarious. The Mets make the Lakers look like the Patriots. You might be right, Avi. You might be right.
That's why you got to be a real fan to support them. See, that's what I'm saying. You got to be a real New York fan.
You got to be from New York. New York. I do know a little bit of the accent. I do have a little bit of accent, but it is one of my favorite cities. You know what? That will bring us to let's go to the next thing, because we already know that shooting thing was just shitty, and I just can't. It'll be a long rest of the podcast if we go back to that.
But really quick, can we need to find ourselves.
Go ahead.
No, but we do need to get. If you haven't taken a look, go look at Jacinda Ardern. She's the prime minister, 37 years old.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Just to look, go read a little bit of what she's done since, 2 days ago, 3 days ago? And this is an example of an empathetic.
This is how leaders act.
A leader. She's 37 years old. She's half Trump's age, and almost literally, I think she's literally half Trump's age. Yeah. And I mean, meeting with families and victims, and they've already banned certain assault.
They banned guns an hour after this shit happened.
They've already passed like 3 laws that are to I can't remember what all of them were, but it's like immediately they're like, let's take some fucking action and do something.
She volunteered to help them with the funeral costs. She volunteered to pay for the funerals and future financial aid to them, and she showed up to support them. You gotta understand something, man. Not everybody is the person that we have to deal with. So the fact that she handled this in such a classy way, bro, it's such a classy way. So props to her.
We'll never
for understanding.
Not for the next 2 years.
So shout out to them. Prayers. Prayers, honestly, to the people who did this. I'm not going with the classic bullshit that we do here with thoughts and prayers in America. I'm talking about. Because I watched the video and it was one of the worst things I've ever seen. And
I think, but I won't pray.
Yeah, I get it. You're going to hell, but I'm joking. But it's one of those things, man. Where
money and aid.
When you see it, you're just like, I just don't understand how you can still keep detaching yourself from the fact that this dude is citing the dude that is running this country right now as part of the reason why he killed 40 people or 50 people. If you can still disconnect those things, let me tell you something. One, I don't give a fuck what your opinion is anymore. I don't give a fuck. I could give less than a fuck about your opinion. You're a horrible person. You're a monster. You are a monster. If you can rationalize this, if you can rationalize his connection with this dude or the fucking hate speech that comes from this guy, putting people in harm's way literally just from his fucking words. You keep acting like his words don't mean shit. They mean a lot to a lot of dumb motherfuckers.
But those dumb motherfuckers, now what they're doing is saying that it was a false flag. I'm just saying that this is an actual narrative with these fucking
I'm not giving you don't get any airtime with that type of shit.
Unfortunately, Rush Limbaugh gets a lot of fucking fucking airtime.
He's a fucking asshole. And if you want, but you know why people do that?
Take that motherfucker's.
You know why people do that? You know why people do that? Because they need to hear something to make them feel better.
Yeah, because they know they're fucking monster, deplorable fucking.
So they need to hear. Just tell me something to make me feel better about my hate, please.
I'm going to pretend that it was a liberal that did it, and pretending to be a conservative so that he could blast Trump's name. Yeah,
eat a dick. Yeah, eat 8 million dicks. Okay, what are we going to next?
I don't know. You had something you wanted to talk about.
Oh, what did I say? Oh, shit. Oh, okay. So let's come back real quick on this other thing. So speaking of New York, so let me ask you this. And anybody out there listening, watching, pay the bills. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, we're still trying to get all of our content up for the Patreon, but we have a Patreon. It's $2 a month. And even if you don't get our... Sorry. We got to play the music.
We got to do this right.
But I will keep talking. If we have Patreon, it's patreon.com/critical and thinking. And it's $2 a month. We're doing extra content. We do a little shtick at the end, usually 5-10 minutes, like some goofy little sketch or something like that. Yep. We try to add that. That's extra content. If you missed the live and you want to watch the video, the YouTube, their private links, you get those. We're doing things like that. Not all of it's up. We're still working on it, but still $2 a month. If you like the show and you think you can support us, that'd be great. Helps us pay, helps us keep it coming back and renting the studio and all that sort of stuff. So patreon.com/critical and thinking. And, here we go.
This is yes. And do you understand? This is we're humble
with a full ad.
We're humble. I had to get the ad out of there. We're humble, but here we go. All right.
For just $2 a month,
that's
you can support Critical and Thinking Podcast with
Ty Barnett
and Ian Harris.
Why would you not support?
We never kill puppies.
Not at all.
We're a no-kill podcast.
We love puppies, as a matter of fact.
In fact, people who've seen some of our comedy have said you're a no-kill comedy show.
That's right.
We never kill.
Come on now. $2? Yeah. That's less than a cup of coffee, especially from Starbucks.
And for just less than a cup of coffee a month.
That's all.
You can get the same thing you're getting right now.
Why wouldn't you support us?
Please.
This is unity right here. If you don't love the show, if you don't support the show, you don't support unity.
Or America.
No
You're
pressure.
Anti-America.
No pressure. Send their money. All right. So look.
Favorite destinations you were going to say?
Yes. So I was going to say, because I told you, I don't really like, we've been doing this for a long time in this business, but so traveling used to be actually one of the most fun parts. Like I did not mind being in traffic, going through the TSA lines and all the stuff and security, getting on the flight and all that, long flights. Because I look forward to it.
Right.
Now I am almost the exact, look, Todd, see, we got Todd. Todd, the music got to him. The music got to him, and now he's going to become a Patreon subscriber.
Thank you, Todd.
That's it. Todd, you still doing your photography? I think Todd does photography too. He does headshots if you want headshots. Okay, so look.
You're in LA?
I think maybe it's Todd. Is it Todd, or maybe I'm thinking of Todd? Maybe Todd Larson. It's one of the two. But anyway, okay. Hey, Jackie, how are you? So, if you could go anywhere, if you could teleport yourself, let's say teleportation exists, right? If you could teleport yourself to anywhere right now, and you could have the most fun you want, where would you go?
Ooh, that's. Are you just asking me where's my favorite place to go?
Favorite place to go.
Man, there's a lot of. I mean,
because I don't
have one. I like traveling everywhere. I'll tell you what. I love London.
Yeah,
I'd go back to London in a heartbeat. Going there this summer probably. And you know what was great? Where I want to go back is Greece.
Oh, it's Todd Larson. I'm sorry, that was on me, Todd.
Greece was fucking phenomenal. The islands in Greece, even Athens was fucking cool to me.
Olivia Newton-John's ass was flat in the. Oh, you talking about the?
No, but Greece is the word though, from what I understand.
It's the word that you heard.
You know, or if you ask a lot of people in America, why would I go anywhere else?
I know.
I'd teleport myself to my couch.
You know what's crazy, dude? And honestly, I never thought about that. When I was 17 years old, I joined the military when I was 17, turning 18. And my plan was to join the National Guard and come right back to Chicago and live in Chicago. I didn't even want to live anywhere else. And My granddad told me, he was like, boy, get the hell out of Chicago.
Right.
He said, go out there and see the world, go see what else is out there and all that. And it was some of the best advice I had ever gotten in my life.
If you don't at least I say get out of the country and meet other cultures.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So I'm going to get to Todd and Jackie giving their where they would go. But
he loves Ireland.
Every time I go somewhere with my family, my wife goes, I wonder what it would cost to buy a house here. Like every time we're like, this place is cool. Let's stay here. Ireland, Todd, I don't know if you've been. Todd says Ireland.
Jackie says Sandy Beach, but go ahead.
I've been to Ireland twice. Fucking love Ireland. It's so
I've seen a couple of your pictures.
That is a place I would move. I would totally move to Ireland. I'd fit in. I'm about the whitest.
That's right.
There's whiter people than me in Ireland.
Hilarious. They're amazing. Translucent.
Yes, exactly.
People.
You don't
powder.
Ireland is absolutely amazing. People are so nice there, and it's beautiful. It rains a lot, of course. And then and Jackie says Sandy Beach Island alone. I don't know about
where's
the alone
Sandy
part.
Beach Island? Where's it?
I think just saying any Sandy Beach Island, any beach with.
Oh, you mean any Sandy Beach?
Or is that a place, Sandy Beach?
Well,
there is a place called Sandy Beach in Hawaii, but South Shore, Wahoo.
My place, New York. That's right, Avi. Whenever you come back, let me tell you, I cannot say this enough, bro. I cannot say this enough. And I've been to a lot of places. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll give an honorable mention to Australia, because if it wasn't for the long ass flight, I would not mind going and seeing what Australia was like. But since that doesn't exist yet, I'm not doing that. But if you're talking about, I can go to New York. There's no other way to describe it. I go there, my mood changes. I fucking love just doing nothing in the city, walking up and down the streets, the food, the culture, the fucking just the vibe of the city. There is nothing like it on the planet. And from a comedy standpoint, bro, it's like the Mecca. It's like the dojo of comedy. Like you go there, and first of all, it always makes you want to be a better comedian. Right. I've gone into rooms, dude, people that you've never heard of, bar rooms, bullshit bar rooms. Motherfuckers are destroying. Right. You understand? So once the show is done, you can just people watch up and down the street. Right. It's just, I remember one day, dude, I sat in the park, beautiful spring day, sat in the park and just filmed people playing. I mean, it did look creepy at first, but then they realized that I was just trying to set a mood. But
Australia's a hoax. Australia's a hoax. He's never been there. But I love that, and you have so many different cultures that are in the same area. So that's what I love about New York, and the food is awesome. So I'm excited to take my mom. I want to address this because Jackie's saying, if you like experience New York. If you like it, experience
hilarious.
New York broke. Yes. Well, when you experience New York, you usually broke.
Can I still get $1 slice though, boo? Can I still get $1 slice?
But so. Beaches, Jackie, if you get a chance, go to Bali. Bali was a place that was really fantastic. Loved Bali. It's super cheap, and the people are so nice there. But it's a little dirty because it's still kind of third world country. But Bali is like the Hawaii for Australians. Really? Australians all go to Bali on vacation. It's right over it's literally like their Hawaii. Oh, okay. Which is funny that they're an island with nothing but beaches and waves and water, and they go to another island with beaches.
Wow.
Yeah. So what would be? Let's ask this. So there's different types of vacation for me. Like I loved everywhere I've gone. I've gone Hong Kong, Bali, Ireland, England. Gone to Brazil twice. To Rio, which was cool, but I wouldn't go there on vacation because it's fucking dangerous. I hear Colombia is amazing. There's so many great places. Where's your best beach destination? If you're gonna be a place where you're gonna sit by the pool, sit by the beach, chill, drink some cocktails, don't do nothing. Maybe
it would have to be a beach on the West Coast, only because I can't deal with that humidity of the Caribbean, bro.
Miami in the summertime is gnarly.
It's the worst, bro. It's some of the dirtiest heat. I remember taking a shower. I got out of the shower and was going to the rental car place, which is a block up the street, bro. A block, and I'd gotten a half a block and needed another shower. It's disgustingly hot. I hate the humidity. Don't get me wrong. I love the fish of the Caribbean. I love the rum and the chill vibe, but I can't spend a vacation there. I'd prefer the dry heat of the West Coast.
Go during the wintertime or go during the springtime.
But I still feel like it's, yeah. So I'd prefer to be on the West Coast beach.
Right.
I actually like
the beaches in Santorini. I mean, it's rocky, pebbly beaches, but the water and stuff, and the coast in Santorini and Greece is
Greece. Oh my God, Greece was awesome. Greece was awesome. So that's true. Okay, I would do that. I would do the beach in Greece.
Or I hear the south of France got
What's up, Zorba?
Got some amazing beaches. Spain.
Spain was nice. Spain was nice.
For me, what about places where you go and just see culture and eat food? What's the best one? The one place I have not yet been that I want to go is Italy.
I would say
Italy's got to be the place. For
Italy
the food
had
culture.
great pasta, which you know what, by the way, didn't gain a lot of weight in Italy. No. I was surprised because their ingredients aren't like processed like ours. It's natural ingredients and stuff. So I didn't gain a lot of weight in Italy. Great food, a lot of walking.
That's probably part of it too.
Yeah, so you're definitely gonna enjoy this. So take some good walking shoes. Mexico, I can't really fuck with Mexico. It's
parts of Mexico are cool. I mean,
it's just not exciting to me like that, like it would be to other people. Like I've been, I think, enough times to where I'm like, oh, I get it. It's Mexico.
If you get to the right secluded beach, Mexico can be really good. Right. But some of it's so touristy now, like with Mazatlan or Cancun or one of those places they're just insane now.
You got to find a remote place.
I do one thing I like about down those places. I do like the exploring. I do like going off and checking out ruins, and that's one thing I liked about Greece.
I want to go to the non head choppy offy part, of Mexico, wherever that is, the non head choppy offy. Yes. I think that's the technical term. Yeah. So
you're not vacationing in Beirut anytime soon, I guess.
No. It's hot. That's why I haven't done any shows over in Iraq or anything like that in a while. I did them back in the day, and every once in a while I talk to comedians. Like one comedian told me he was getting ready for a show, and a landmine went off like 50 feet from him. And I was like, "You still did the show?" Right. He's like, "Yeah, wasn't nothing else to do." I'm like,
Ty Barnett in Iraq. The Hot and Headless Tour.
It's the bomb. Sorry. Okay. So how much time we got left before?
15. 10,
we got 15. Oh, okay. We got time to get to the last topic before we do that. What's up, Joe? We got, okay. So, that's what's, Italy. I recommend Italy to you. You will love it. Great culture, great museums. I'm
going to Paris and London this year.
My only recommendation for the museums in Italy is that please put more of the plaques, the informational plaques in English. Because after a while, all the art looks the same to me, and I can't read Italian. So, come on, please give me some. Put something on this so I can.
Now you're starting to sound like a Trumpster.
I know.
I went to another country. I can't fucking believe this, dude. I'm not even kidding you. And they're fucking speaking goddamn Mexican over there. No.
But I'm saying, it's a tourist destination. People go. Americans come. So I'm like, just have it.
Maybe that's what they're trying to get rid.
Maybe that's it. Then if that's what you're trying to do, keep people away.
Let's put it in French.
Working.
Let's put it in English. Let's put everything but English.
Anything. Because I'm watching, and I feel like a dumbass because I can't appreciate the art. I don't know what it is, so I'm like, and everything looked the same. So that's the only suggestion I would say. Please put more English plaques.
I would say the one place I did not like, although I love the scenery, it was awesome. But I also went there in 2003, so it was right after 2 years after 9/11. But I went to Turkey.
I never. Oh wait,
I mean, it was like just it was like on a stop on something else. I stopped through for like a day, but I wanted to go more, but it was like,
I heard Turkey was nice though.
Again, this 2003, it was kind of a shitty town. It was like on a stop. It was a stop on some trip somewhere. And I had the worst experience because it was just, we were there for, a day, and the people were they knew we were American. I kept telling people we were from Canada. But this guy actually said to me, we're walking around some little shop, just chilling around, checking stuff out, this little plaza thing. My wife's like looking at shit. She's like, okay, puts it down, like looks over this. Okay, cool. And the guy goes, oh, you want that? She goes, no, I'm just looking. He goes, I'll give you a good deal, $2.
The bargain.
Yeah. And she's like, no, I'm okay. Thank you though. And he's like, how about that? Do you want that? Like $3. Yeah. And she's like, no, I don't want. How about this? And she goes, I don't want anything. I'm just looking. I'll tell you if I want something. He goes, how about that? And he keeps going on. And I go, hey, dude, we're just kind of looking around right now. Chill out. And he turns to my wife. He goes, why don't you get a real man? And my wife, I was like, and my wife goes, Turkish prison. we all saw
well played,
Midnight
Janine.
Crossing.
Well played.
No Turkish prisons for you.
Well played, Mrs. Well played.
Yeah, but there was like a couple of those, and then walking down the street, guys, like it was weird. Like and everyone's just like, "Don't say anything. Don't look. They don't like you. Don't."
I had an incident like that in Italy. We were in Italy, and they were being mad rude at the gelato thing.
Right.
You know how you go there to get the sample,
right?
And you know they were.
Can I get a bigger sample?
Well, see,
wooden spoon. What?
Can I get an American size sample?
Eat English, motherfucker.
But like they were handing out samples, and you know I'm there. I'm there with my girl, and they give her a sample, and then I'm like, yeah, can I get a sample? And then they said, but they look and they said we gave her a sample. I'm like, that's not how this shit works. We're two different people. Why can't I get it? And so they gave me a sample and reluctantly put the smallest bit of a sample on the fucking thing. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So yeah, that was, and then I was going to say something, and then she kept saying, "You first of all, understand we're in another country.
Yes,
you just." I was like, "But I have a right to speak.
A sample.
I have a right to speak, but it's fine." Okay, so real quick before we get ready to,
by the way, so, Todd says, "Learn Italian." Have you ever seen True Romance?
No,
it's one of my favorite movies. But there's a scene where there's a big shootout, and Chris Penn is behind the thing, and he's a cop, and this one guy's speaking Italian because it's mafia guys. He's like, whatever, he's speaking Italian, right? And he goes, get out from behind the fucking couch, and the guy's like, and he goes, get out from behind the fucking couch, and the guy goes, they're wops, the other cop, and he goes, I said to get out from behind the couch. One of my favorite lines. I said to get out from behind the couch.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. I have heard the movie. I've never seen it though.
Amazing.
All right, I gotta check it out.
Yeah, it's one of the best movies you'll ever see.
Do you want to do the disciplining kids now?
Yeah.
No, you know what? And then we want to do that now. And then I saw a crazy story that I can pull up for the last thing. Okay, so. We're both parents. Ian and I are both parents. And we both, I don't know if we have totally different parenting styles, but we both care about our kids. So, but we also grew up in a different time. Like, I don't know if you got spankings or whoopings.
Yeah.
We call them. Do you got them, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's a normal thing. We didn't think anything about it. We didn't have abusive parents. We just got spankings that we got out of pocket. So in 2019, and I was talking to my mom about this the other day, because first of all, let me tell you what my mom used to do. Because we got whoopings. We would get whoopings. Not only did we get whoopings, sometimes we got whoopings together. Like she would bend us over the bed together. Seriously, like she would hit my brother, then come over and hit me same time. Like I would see him get hit, and now I got to prepare myself, and vice versa. It was, and psychologically, it kind of fucked with me. I'm just kidding.
My dad used to sometimes hit us with whatever we were playing with and fighting over.
I've heard that.
I got hit with a Lincoln log.
Oh my god!
A Barbie dream car.
You should play with more feathers. Made you want to play with more feathers.
I'm Indian, Dad.
I'm just gonna play with this pillow. I'm playing with these pillows. But our mom, when she couldn't whoop us in public, what she would do is she like these wave brushes. Yeah, I don't know if you have. It's a wave brush, like it's like thick, the horse brushes, right? And she would. My mom didn't even have waves. By the way, so the fact that she carried this brush around told you that it was specifically for us.
For kicking your ass.
Right. And what she would do is when she didn't want to give us a whooping, she would say, hold your hand out. And like you couldn't hold it out like this.
Right.
Right? Because if you hold it out like this, then you get a little bit of protection, you hope. Right? She said, do it like this. And she would fucking hit us over the knuckles with that brush. And let me tell you something, bro. To this day...
I see one of them motherfucking brushes.
And it freaks me out.
But so here's the thing.
Did you spank your daughter?
No.
Never ever. You never done it.
I think there's probably been one time that my wife or I at one point went like whap on her butt like that hard, knock it off. Like not spanking, but just like a complete freak out and just like, hey, get her attention.
Right.
Here's the thing. I used to be like, hey, whatever. You know, we all have that like when we were kids, which is a complete. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's a fallacy.
Normal?
It's a it's a fallacy. It's a logical fallacy. Well, when I was a kid, I did it this way, and I'm fine, or I turned out great, or all this kind of stuff. Well, first off, most of us didn't turn out fine, so it's bullshit when people go, "We got spanked as kids and we're fine." No, most of you aren't fucking fine. Most of us aren't fine. First of all, but the main thing is that I used to always say, "Hey, it's good," and blah blah blah. And I get that there's some bullshit, like when people are like, "Tyler, how do you think that makes daddy feel when you kick him in the dick or whatever?" Like that's fucking bullshit. But they have done exhaustive studies, and they've actually shown that the more you spank and the more you use violence against your kid, the worse they are. And in fact, they actually learn to respond with violence. Right. That is how they deal with frustration when they're frustrated with something, because they don't see them as being bad. They see you as being frustrated with them. So when you hit them, that's how they learn when they're frustrated to hit things.
Right.
So it actually has an adverse effect. As much as we go, no, look at me, I'm great, and I got my ass whooped, and it's because I got my ass whooped. You might just be a good fucking person, and your parents might have also taught you the right way. It might have nothing to do with being hit. And in fact, they're showing now that the more you're hit, the worse. Well,
no, you definitely can't go overboard with it. But I'll tell you this, because we did get spankings, but we also weren't bad kids. So whenever we did get a spanking, believe me, it was something that my mom was like, okay, this is
right.
This is how we do it.
I think you would have turned out.
No. I get that. But, and this is why I say the evolution of how you raise your kids versus how you were raised. So you say, like, we got spankings, but here's and this is why I tell my mom this all the time whenever I talk to her. I'm like, listen, the thing I love the most is that she taught us how to love each other. Like, she taught us to say, I love you. Like, to this day, I still say I love you to my brother every time we speak.
Right.
And I say it to my kids all the time, and vice versa, because I was taught that. I was taught that you are a special person just because you're a special person. So I learned love from my mom. So it wasn't like, abusive or anything like that. But I also learned that, because I have girls. So for me, I would always feel weird putting my hands on my girls. Right. I don't know, maybe it would be different if I had a boy and he was out of pocket. I don't know. But with my girls, I was like, I would never want to do it. Even when I had to spank them on the bottom, I felt weird doing it.
I get that.
So I've learned it's what you said, to the talking part, because I don't want to spank them. I don't want them to think to connect those two things like that. So you're right. There is a part that says you need to talk to them, because that's what I do now. I will tell you one thing I did with my oldest when she was 5 years old, and she didn't want to go to bed. And so she wanted, how kids are. They want to stay up and hang out for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean, just smoke the whole pack. Wait, no, I don't know.
Roll up another blunt. I'm just kidding. But she didn't want to go to bed. So I said, okay, cool, no problem. And I was in the military at the time, and I had these big, heavy boots, combat boots.
Right.
And so I said, okay, you want to stay up with us? No problem. Go stand over there in the corner, or it was like the middle of the room or whatever. Stand there. And I said, I want you to hold these boots up while you stand here and hang out with us. And she had to put her arms out, stretch her arms out,
Good night.
And hold the boots up. When I tell you, after about maybe not even 5 minutes, she was like, I'm ready to go to bed. I was like, okay, good night. That's it.
Yeah, there's been a couple times. My daughter has been. We got pretty lucky that she's had a few freakouts. She's had her moments. She's had her meltdowns. But there's only been a handful of times where it got pretty rough, pretty bad, where she was like screaming and yelling and wouldn't do anything we were telling her to do. And I'm telling you, for us, taking away whatever it is she likes.
Oh, yeah.
No TV. No, when she was a kid, you don't get to play with these dolls or whatever it was. Those things, putting them up. Okay, you don't have that.
Put them in plain sight too,
dude. That's all it ever fucking took. Was
wow.
Like, and it's like, yeah, I mean, and I think the problem is like, people go time out.
No, I'm believing that.
Take your shit away for, it's when people like you're grounded. Like that's always the joke now, right? Oh, what are you going to ground kid and send them into the room with their fucking
PlayStation
and their fucking, but take that shit away from them and make them read a fucking book.
What do you know?
Right, yes.
All right, no problem. Everything's fine. I'm good. I'm okay.
You're like, how did you become such a genius literary major? I was a shitty kid. My parents made me read.
Now,
took all my stuff away.
Quantum physics.
Yes.
So it says that we have people watching. Why is it? Oh, it is showing on there now. Hey Terry, how you doing? We're getting ready. You came in at a good time. We're actually getting ready to wrap this up. Are we doing the?
Yeah, well, we're kind of over on time at this point. So.
We are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so then let's do this. Let's just do this then. We can share this with Terry because he just came in, and we can share this with people here. So, crazy news. What we're going to give you guys every week now is we're going to give you a bit of crazy news that sounds
Isn't that our entire show?
Isn't that weird? Didn't you tell me that the Onion... It was a thing. What was the thing about the Onion? Said they're out of business because they couldn't come.
I always say that the nowadays you can't discern the Onion news from a Fox News headline.
The thing said Onion goes out of business because they can't make up shit worse than the shit that's actually happening. Okay, so here's the crazy news of the week. GOAT elected, and I don't mean greatest of all time. A GOAT was elected honorary mayor, sworn in for the first term. The new honorary mayor of Fairhaven, Vermont. All right. A 3-year-old GOAT named Lincoln. So I guess he does have political experience. Was officially sworn into office this week. Lincoln was dressed in the sash reading mayor. For the ceremony.
But let's be honest, that GOAT was sleeping with the former mayor.
And hey man, come on!
In that town,
even that GOAT knows how you. This is how we got to get up
to the top, right there.
Come on! And the GOAT's first order of business was to take a shit.
Yes.
Seriously, like this is no bullshit. He took a shit. That was
the thing is that they did that because they know that they'll never get anything passed because it's always a veto. When they go, what do you think about this? Nah.
All right, we're here for another 5 minutes, folks. But that's crazy. This is almost as crazy as the dead pimp getting elected to Congress. Almost. A GOAT.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie. If
you had your choice between a GOAT and Dennis Hoff, I'm voting for the GOAT.
GOAT. I was gonna say Trump. I was gonna say GOAT.
Even a living Dennis Hoff.
Yeah, I'm gonna say GOAT. I'm gonna go.
Although I will say, if my choice was a GOAT or a dead Donald Trump, I would vote for dead Donald Trump. Just because that means dead Donald Trump. Nah,
because it'll still be some way he still can do. No, I'm going with the GOAT. I'm sorry. I'm going to go with the GOAT. I'm nominating a can of spinach as the vice president. Right. So at least we'll get health bills passed.
We already have a can of spinach as the vice president.
Hilarious.
Actually, it's a can of cream corn. That's who.
Okay, so should I find another crazy story? Where we at?
No, we're not doing the extra bit today.
Okay.
There is. By the way, do you know there are laws about when and where you can't have sex with your goats and sheep in some places still on the books? And they just passed a law.
I'm sorry, wait. So it's legal to actually have sex with?
And just like not in your car after midnight in Idaho or something like that. There's like laws like that. Meanwhile, they just legalized. As we talked about last week, they just legalized sex in Utah without being married.
When you told me that, I honestly thought you were making it up. I thought you made that. They just now said you can have sex with somebody in Utah when you're not married.
Right.
That's crazy to me, dude.
Although it's funny because like I wonder how many like the politicians and people there are like, yeah, well. Yeah, she's not my wife, but I'm married.
Loophole.
Exactly.
Excuse
Loophole.
the pun.
Yes.
Excuse the pun. So, okay.
That's what they call the prostitutes in Utah.
Loopholes. I love that. Even though they did a study that when the Republican convention was in, I forgot what city it was, but
this last one.
They said gay porn sites went up, or
not only that, but they said that there was like something like 10 times more gay prostitutes on Craigslist.
Yeah,
and they were all busy,
but they weren't married, so they gotta go to jail, right? Anyway, okay, you guys, listen, we gotta get ready to wrap this up. So, listen. Oh, go ahead. No, do the thing.
I'm just saying, go check out our stuff. I'm at IanHarrisComedian.com.
Ty Barnett, comedian TyBarnett.com, which links to the Facebook, which is comedian Ty Barnett, which links to the Instagram, which is Ty Barnett, which links to the Twitter, which is TBarnett23.
23 for what, Michael Jordan?
You know it. Even though I respect him as a basketball player, he's still the greatest of all time. But as a person, it's weird sometimes.
Yeah,
he could have done a lot more for people. Okay. So we got to get ready to get out of here, but I want to say this really quick in light of everything that we talked about earlier, but especially the shooting. Understand, this is what I wanted to say earlier, and I couldn't remember. If you are not of the 1 or 3% in this country, I don't care who you are, black, white, brown, young, old. If you're not in that 1 to 3%, they don't care. No, they don't care about you. All they need you for and all they want you for is to fight the battle that they don't want to fight.
Quit fighting, pay their bills.
Yes. Quit fighting for people that don't care about you. They may make you think that they do, and you may be falling for it, but look at reality. They don't care about you. They just want you to fight the battle that they can't fight and don't want to fight. They don't want to get their hands dirty. So they feel like the people in the trenches, us, will just kill each other off. Literally like what these people, this dude did in New Zealand. Empathy is sorely lacking in this world. It is sorely lacking in this world.
I don't think it's something you can learn, though.
Getting back, I don't understand. Get back to loving each other. It's like people, I don't understand. I'm not going to end on that note. Love is way better than hate. Laughter is way better than sorrow. That's it. Critical Unthinking Podcast.
CriticalUnthinking.com, Patreon.com/Critical Unthinking. Patreon.com/Critical Unthinking. Please subscribe.
Please do.
Or to your mother.
Please.